Today's video provides an overview of V-Maestro and V-Monitor, both core components of Vertimuve's Migration Intelligence Suite. As you can see, the V-Maestro interface is quite different from Vertimuve's V-Migrate offering because V-Maestro is about orchestration of migrations. It is a web-based interface. To make it easier to understand what V-Maestro can do, some source servers have been added to the interface already. Since we've already added these source servers, you can move straight into discovery mode, finding applications that are installed on those servers. Within this map view, the larger the bubbles are, the more installed instances of that application are present. From there, you can begin to drill down on the data to see into a variety of different servers. You can easily find the set of servers that you have specific applications installed on. If you select an individual server, you can see which applications are installed on that server in conjunction with its hardware physical characteristics, its IP addresses, how many disks there are, how much RAM is installed, etc. As well, right away you can see other information that Vertimove presents within the V-Migrate administrative console from our one-to-one migrations. This software allows you to do a basic pre-check of the destination server. In addition to the map view of the applications, we can show data in different ways. What we're seeing now are all the source servers that V-Maestro has detected. Depending on the icon which is displayed, it indicates whether we have a secured connection using our source agent. It can also indicate the installed agent is an outdated agent. We can select each one of those servers and find out additional pieces of information about them. It also provides a way to get back to the same menu we saw at the start of the demo. Also, data can be viewed in a more traditional list view. Traditionalists in the IT department would probably prefer the list view, which provides a linear list of information. The dialog allows you to sort columns and view this information in many ways. You can easily drill down again by selecting any of these dialog choices. When you see the search box on any of our menus, it is an active search box, so you can choose to filter what data gets displayed. Through this dialog, we can also start grouping data in the list view, but by application, and finding out how many source servers have a particular application installed on them. You can also break out the data more finely into installed components for more complex applications like SQL. As you can see, all menus have an option to enable monitoring, meaning that V-Monitor is able to start watching an application. There's also an option to exclude applications or servers so they are not available to be monitored. For example, we don't want to migrate that application, or we're approaching the migration in a different way, or the application is being discontinued. Exclusions can be applied by application or by server, so there are many different ways to view information and get a view into the server environment. It's all searchable with many ways to view the same information. It's very much an active, live CMBD for servers, breaking down information by server and application. Once we have discovered the application within the estate, we can begin the monitor process. With V-Monitor, we can be very specific. We can monitor all applications or applications on a specific server. We can use the monitor toggle here to start watching the application as it's being used on that source machine. With monitoring, we can see when an application is being used, what are the components that are being used by the application. During this process, we are creating a shopping list or template of application components that will need to be migrated. Monitor gathers that information as that app is being used in real time on the source server. Vertimove is getting a very accurate and detailed information that can be used for a migration, not only in the install path, but additional information where the app data and components are being housed. You can also start finding and discovering app dependencies and ports used. With monitoring, we are looking at the rate of change of discovering new information about an application. When the creation of our shopping list or template of new application data starts slowing down because we are not finding any new or additional information associated with the application, then we can be confident we have a complete migration template. We've gained the confidence that the application is ready to move to the next step. The app is ready to be migrated from the source server to a designated destination server. Source servers may have external server dependencies that need to be taken into consideration. These are indicated by port connections and the data flow of this dotted line. The dotted line tells us the servers are connected in some way. In this instance, it tells us they have a relationship, and we should dig down to find out if these are the same applications or perhaps a back-end database service. This is valuable information in terms of deciding when migrating one of these application layers, there may be a knock-on effect on additional servers and infrastructure layers. It lets you plan how to address multi-tier applications. You may need to move 1, 2, or all 3 of the apps and servers at the same time, or you may need to do a staged migration. From the server view, we can follow these links and we can see if there are additional information flows impacting this server. We may not know too much about them because the Vertimove source agent software is not installed on these servers. The dotted line might simply indicate desktop users, or it may be other computers or servers that have a database components associated with this application in some fashion. It helps bring other considerations to the forefront that may require further investigation. What's going on with that particular server with that IP address? If we're going to migrate that application to a new server, what will the impact to the business unit be? Are we going to break something? It's our cue to investigate ahead of time. As noted earlier, V-Maestro can be thought of as an active CMBD, being able to tell us information about the applications on a server. There are a number of reports that can be made available for project managers and senior level managers. Reports can break down which servers are being monitored and how far along in the monitor process we are. All the data can be generated into PDF reports that can be emailed to team members or management. It lets you right-size destination servers and do some capacity planning for an application and destination servers. Right-sizing destination servers is especially important if we're moving to cloud environments. We want to make sure that we're not over-provisioning or perhaps under-provisioning when moving applications. Once the application is greenlit for migration, as noted by the outer ring completing and the application bubble turning green, it means that our confidence is high that we're ready to move to the next step of the migration process because we're seeing a low threshold of change during the monitor process. We're not finding any new application components or dependencies. The source and destination servers are linked together in the V-Maestro dialog, and we can now start the migration process itself. We can automatically, in the background, start the migration process. Starting with the associated pre-check steps and ensuring that users and groups that are local on the source server and required on the destination server are picked up. They will be enabled on the destination server automatically. It allows you to be more efficient, and a whole team can work in parallel rather than doing migrations strictly one at a time. You can gain more efficiencies once the source and destination servers are linked together. It's It's all automated once the license is provided and validated. We immediately start the whole migration in V-Maestro, copying all data to the associated destination server. Then you can move on to the next stage, user acceptance testing, or the exercise phase. In the exercise step, we move to the destination server and run the application through its paces and confirm that everything is working as expected. Once the application has passed its testing, we can push the application through the dissolve process to have it natively installed on the destination server. Once the application is installed, it is ready for additional layer testing if needed, or it can be moved right into production. At this stage, the full migration is complete. Vertimove's Migration Intelligence Suite is licensed per source server. This means that regardless of the number of applications, you only pay per source server. Each application can move to one or more destination servers. If you had several applications, you can containerize them into different destination servers during the migration process. This allows companies to load balance their application portfolio more effectively and efficiently. It is important to note that the migration process and the green lighting an application during monitoring, a migration template is created. If there are commonalities in the applications that are being migrated, Vertimove can reuse these templates to accelerate the migration process. In addition, once monitoring is enabled, you should encourage users to make full use of their application. By exercising or using all functionality in the targeted application quickly, V-Maestro is going to be able to accelerate the building of a complete template. Everything that's learned during the monitoring phase is loaded into the migration process automatically, and it minimizes the app test cycle. To arrange a more in-depth demo or see the full Migration Intelligence Suite product line, including V-Maestro, V-Monitor, and V-Migrate, please browse to our website, vertimove.com, or send an email to info@vertimove.com. Thank you for watching our demo today.